So they might have been speaking about their family and family relationships, and then all of a sudden they've jumped to, I don't know, talking about their garden and working in the garden, and within moments they would kind of revert back to the same patterns of language that they were using when they were talking about their family. There might even be the same sort of relationships being described between aspects of the gardening and aspects of the family. So to me, they seem to be the same, which seemed a little crazy at first. But when I realized that because I had a kind of Gestalt background in a way. So I thought, you resolve a pattern here, it resolves a pattern everywhere. That's kind of like the inductive way of thinking about things. And so I was encouraged always to stay out of the content. Stay out of content, stay out of content. That was kind of hammered into me during my own trainings. And I didn't quite get it for a while. So how do I get to that? So in other words, it's what do I have to stop doing, not what do I have to actually do. So one way I could say we get rid of our limiting beliefs, we get rid of our negative emotional baggage. This is, in other words, stop doing those things.
Yeah.
And as someone has a concept of themselves being successful in whatever way it is, whether it's business or personal relationships or any subject at all, then when they eliminate things that stop them from being what they can imagine already that they can be, then they'll simply be that person. So the structure is the way. So the content words don't do anything. I mean, no words have meaning. No words have meaning. Nothing has meaning. A mind read is literally, claiming to know what someone else's thoughts are without any possibility of actually doing that. But it's easy to say to someone, I know that you're curious about how quickly you can get to that resolution.
Yeah.
Someone will accept a statement like that quite easily, because why would they reject it? So the key is, and with all of these patterns is how can you put across the information to someone in such a way that they find it comfortable?
Yeah.
So that something's not too threatening an idea, where at the same time it might be quite revolutionary. So for someone who's, say, clinically depressed, they may not be able to see a way out of it in 2 or 3 weeks' time, whereas it might actually be entirely possible for them to have it in an hour or two. But they're not, from that position, they're not going to actually get that. Whereas if I was to postulate, for example, that I know it's possible for you to reach resolution, say, within a year, looking back, what will it be like? Then they can actually put themselves in that position. And because it's sufficiently far forward in time, then it's not threatening as an idea. In fact, the very fact that you're listening to me right now means that you're already gaining new understanding. That's a complex equivalence. That's an equal sign. That means you are listening and you are gaining more understanding. Of course, these things aren't actually necessarily true, but they're plausible enough to be acceptable. But at the same time, they are commands, of course. So, and as I say, there are 20 of these kind of ways of thinking, ways of thinking.
So, if we are paying attention to these patterns, how we will probably discover that we use some patterns more than others. I'm guessing, right? Is that bringing any new light into our inner world, into our inner universe, into how our subconscious mind works and operates?
It's my perspective when a client comes in and talks to me, because I don't need to know about the stuff that's going on. I mean, they can talk, they can even be hiding detail deliberately, especially at first before the rapport builds up. But it doesn't matter to me at all, because the way that they're talking, there'll be a structure. The structure will be around it as a structure, it and this and now being synonymous, and where they want to get to is that and there, and words around that subject area as opposed to this subject area. There's literally a difference in the language itself, and therefore I don't mind what they talk about in some ways, because there's always going to be a present moment structure and a future moment structure. I'm not really interested in the past structure, because the past is the past and it's gone, as we know. So
Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? I'm sure that you found a lot of information in this very short video you just saw, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 minutes, however long it was. But that is not all. You can have access to the entire presentation of this amazing speaker, plus 40 more other presentations and speakers, and you can have access for life. You can have access to the video recording, to the audio recording, to the swipe files, to the transcripts, to all of the bonuses and the special gifts that all of the speakers and presenters and also the organizers are offering in the Premium Pass package. So if you like this, if you want more, make sure to sign up below for the Premium Pass and have lifetime access to everything. I'm sure it'll be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, in yourself, in your practice, in your health, and also with working with clients. So go ahead, click on the button below, sign up for the Premium Pass, and we'll see you on the other side.